What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA Saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And for today's video, guys, first of all, I will show you the evidence of the share price of MMTLP shares at about $1,200. And I have to admit that it was made, this statement was made by the company itself. And on top of that, guys, I will show you quite interesting loophole that was found by one of our community members, or let's say by the team, the part of our community. And I have to admit that it is quite interesting to see that potentially a lot of authorities might be involved in the legal actions. On top of that, guys, I will show you another quite brave, I would say, statement that I found on this space call. And potentially, guys, we might see the evidence of the collusion between university lands and Securities and Exchange Commission. And this is literally mind-blowing. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm. And don't forget that I am a trader. And if you want to enhance your trading skills, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to join my Patreon account, where for the $35 a month you will be able to drastically enhance your trading skills. On top of that, guys, for now I added the gold tier for limited 10 vacant places, and the only difference in between these two tiers is this one. Discord access member will have all the data for the potential trades, for the potential tickers that you should be aware of, but the gold tier members will have the exact setups with the stop loss and take profit orders. They will have the exact notifications when and how they should trade certain asset. On top of that, for each and every member, I will do a weekly 30 minutes Zoom calls in order to answer their question and in order to teach them how to properly use technical analysis and how to be successful trader. That is why, guys, for some of you, this might be a game changer opportunity. And if you want to drastically enhance your trading skills, feel free to invest in yourself. And here you can see the most recent updates that I made for my Patreon members. As you can see, I have a Zoom meeting, 30 minutes Zoom calls for my gold member tiers. On top of that, guys, I explained a lot in my tutorials video. On top of that, guys, I made daily updates on the current status of the market. I show to my Patreons crucial news that can impact the markets in general. On top of that, guys, as you can see, I made a lot of videos that is related to different ticker symbols like SPY, QQQ, TQQQ, Cocoa, Palantir, RKLB, HIMS, Wix. Previously, guys, I made a video on Disney. Here you can see general market update. And guys, even during the crashes, I explained to my Patreons what crucial levels this asset might hit in order to, for example, close the gaps. As you can see, on Monday, Tesla was at $227. The lowest point was right here at $225. But I told to my Patreons that it has to move even lower, about 4%, in order to close the gap. And it was the price point of $217.07. And guys, take a look right here. I told to my Patreons about 4% more to the downside. And when Tesla hits 217, it doesn't mean it has to go to the upside immediately. And guys, take a look right here. Let's switch to hourly time frame. And here you can find the most recent, the lowest candle, I would say, that hit, as you can see, $215. You can find it under the letter L, $215. And then, since this trend reversal happened, it is up by 14.06%. This means, guys, you can rely on my technical analysis as a part of your due diligence. So, and let's begin today's video with this tweet again. Yesterday I showed you this tweet, and at that moment I didn't find the sources of this information, of the share price of about $1,200. But one of our community members sent me an email, and later on I found the same information that was reposted by John Burda. Let me show you this in details. Here is the tweet that was written by Elf Carbon on January 16th, and here you can see the following information. Hey MMTLP, help me out with some math. What's 213,985,000 divided by 179,820? And it equals to 1,189.99. Now that's a floor share price I can get behind. What you guys think? And he added this screenshot of the statement of Bank of Montreal, Canada. And they disclosed an ownership of 179,820 shares with the latest value of more than almost $214 million. And literally, just simple math leads me to the conclusion, and leads Elf Carbon to the conclusion that the share price could be $1.2 thousand. And as you can see, it is the 1TO metamaterials, DE column 1TO metamaterials. And let me show you an update. Elf Carbon also wrote DE equals Germany, Bank of Montreal, Canada, Canadian BMO. Metamaterials Incorporated exercised MMAT1 put options for the preferred share distribution. Just one liability for more than 200 million. This is why we don't have a resolution. We've got huge enemies, but we are far from done with fighting. And guys, at the time of these filings, let me show you this screenshot in details. You can see that it was this filing date is wait a second, February the 1st of 2023, and the effective date, guys, was the end of December of 2022. It means it was made after the youth recount basically took place. And right here at the bottom, you can also see that they added 30,900 shares with a total value of $36,771,000. And if you divide these numbers as well, it means that the share price at that very moment was at $1,190. So guys, I think it is quite a good base price, but let me remind you that it was made before the next bridge hydrocarbons lost their Orogrande leases. And in a minute I will show you quite interesting update that potentially might shed a lot of light on this so-called deal as well. But first of all, let me show you this one. Christian Shaughnessy reposted the tweet that was written by 100mph, and 100mph refers to his own tweet that he published 10 hours ago. He said, what about the legacy ledgers from a non-CNS obligations, perpetual baby bonds and ATS systems? Example of perpetual bond regarding MMTLP issued June the 30th of 2021 before the obligation was illegally quoted and traded on the OTC via October the 6th of 2021, when the expert market was born. I suspect the obligation was also fractionalized and routed on an options chain for a merit put to be quoted, so the ticker symbol had an artificial asset bond to be associated to its unauthorized paperwork in which the market maker paid the fee to list on the OTC pink market. And he added this screenshot, guys. Let me show you this in details. Here is the date. As you can see, it was June the 30th of 2021, and here is the preferred Series A shares. And I have to admit that on June the 30th, these shares wasn't even tradable. Metamaterial shares wasn't even tradable, preferred shares. This means, guys, it is some kind of again loophole that gave an opportunity for the wrongdoers. And let me show you his latest update. He wrote 9 hours ago, what happens when a perpetual bond matches with the US Treasury bond in the same accounts? Let me ask it a different way. What happens when an obligation is fractionalized and is matched with the US Treasury bond? Violation of Article 1, Section 8, Clause 6. Translation: Virtu and Citadel are effed. MMTLP exposed the obligation routing and leveraging of a US asset. CRGP exposed the distribution of dividend from a US asset, has obligations with or unregistered securities created from fractionalization. GME exposed the fractionalization of a US asset. And guys, does it mean that we have something big on the market that basically that is happening at this very moment and that happened back in the days? I think this system is working as it not intent to work. And that is why, guys, it is very difficult to find this information. But let me show you how it was found out. So, Christian Shaughnessy wrote, good work, and 100 mph wrote, this was not discovered by me. It was inspired by the shared efforts of MMTLP due diligence team at the time. And all I did was breached the knowledge to make it relevant to an important argument we all are making together. So guys, I have to admit that yes, this is another part of the actions that should be investigated. And unfortunately, guys, we don't have any steps towards these investigations from authorities. And the next news might lead you to the conclusion that they do it intentionally. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So, it is quite weird, but John Burda made this repost, and in general, we have basically, first of all, the tweet that was written by Art Byrne, and Art Byrne added to his tweet the space call, part of the space call that was hosted by guess who? By Roman Soups. And you know that John Burda is not in the best relationships with Roman Soups, I would say like this, but I have to admit that it is quite interesting. And guys, if you want to listen to these two parts of the space call, feel free to do it. But I don't want to do it publicly because there is a lot of swear words in it. And let me show you this. MMTLP, SEC and university lands brought together by the man himself, Jeff Davis. Not my words, his own. Have a good day, MMTLP. Good morning, McCabe. And in these two parts of the space call, Jeff Davis stated that busy brands knew that University Lands had a conversation with SEC in regards to the Orogrande Basin. And let me show you what did Wild Red write. Wow, is this true? Did the SEC speak with University Lands? If they did, was the SEC and University Lands colluding together to mess next bridge up? So, if this is so, the SEC would have known that NextBridge needed money to pay University Lands for the lease. The S1 would have provided money for NextBridge to pay the lease and whatever fees University Lands were asking. Everyone needs to remember that as of today, the SEC has yet to approve the S1 that NextBridge has been asking for approval for over 2 years. And also University Lands cancelled NextBridge lease they had over 10 years. I'm asking, is this collusion? Still asking for MMTLP investigation. When is enough proof enough? Come on, Congress, where are your balls? Isn't transparency the new word for this administration? Wow, you can't just make this crap up. Better than TV. Dodge SEC. And guys, I have to admit that, as I already mentioned, we have a lot of facts that show us that it was a huge, let's say, discrepancies, first of all, in the in all the filings that were made from official side. We have a lot of evidence that authorities didn't want to do anything in order to solve this problem. At the same time, guys, we have a lot of evidence that basically C-level executives knew about these facts, and they also had some shady actions in regards to the shares of MMTLP. But at the same time, guys, the main question is still the same. Why didn't C-level executives disclose all this information if they knew about this? And I have basically two options. First of all, they didn't know about it, and the second one, they knew, but they did it intentionally. And again, we have two options if my assumption is correct. First of all, they wanted to hide something, potentially they wanted to protect themselves, or they did it just in case to be prepared for something big, for some potentially bigger investigation or bigger lawsuit that might take place, or that is already on the table right now. And guys, yes, we have a lot of evidence of these actions, but we still need more answers, and some answers might be received from the litigation paths, and some answers might be received from non-litigation path. And let me remind you that just yesterday I showed you, basically not yesterday but 2 days ago, I showed you this letter, this tweet from Due Diligence, and he published a letter from state representative to a senator with an inquiry to push our case through Dodge investigation. And guys, here is the update from Due Diligence. He wrote just 6 hours ago: "Tomorrow we are all gonna find out what happens when you push your luck. Hello, Dodge." And guys, does it mean that we have basically the deadline for the answer on this letter? And the deadline is basically March 13th. And today is March 13th, I think, yes. And because of the time zones, and you know that I live in Europe, I record this video on the very early hours. And that is why, guys, potentially today we might have these updates.
And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium